Thank you very much, viewers. Thank you for joining QTV. I am Lamin Choi. We are live at former Farato Farms, where we are about to witness a history. The President of the Republic of the Gambia, His Excellency Adam Barrow, is about to lay the foundation stone for the construction of an emergency treatment center. It's an emergency treatment center. We all know the COVID-19 pandemic has taught the globe lessons, and each country is learning from it. So now this is geared towards the preparation for future emergency responses, which the country is really, part of. So His Excellency President Adam Barrow, we have just received the information that his motorcade has arrived at the scene, and he will be laying the foundation stone for the construction of the National Emergency Treatment Center. This National Emergency Treatment Center will have observation center comprising 84 beds. It will also have a treatment center that also will have 20 beds. It is the first phase of a major project, a project that will see the construction of a teaching hospital of about 1,500 bed capacity. So viewers, this is hugely significant. For the first time, we are witnessing such a historic moment in the history of the Gambia. So in a moment, you're seeing the live broadcast of His Excellency President Adam Barrow arriving at the Farato Farms, where he will be laying the foundation stone for the construction of a national treatment center that is marking the first phase for the construction of a teaching hospital of up to 1,500 beds. mbokk yi jërë ngeen jëf si teewaay bi fii nag ñu ngi si former Farato Farms nga dem ba àgga Brikama si kaname Brikama rek Farato Farms nekkoon na place bi ni place bu rëy la, place boo xam ne lu ñoo waaj a fekkee si fii ni moo nekk histoire bu mag in a sense ne for the first time Gambia ñu ngi tabax National Treatment Center bu nga xamante ni dina am observation center, dina am National Public Health Laboratory, dina am National Blood Transfusion Center, dina am also treatment center boo xam ne dina am 20 bed capacity. So lii nekk na lu nga xamante ni commencé maay la pour ñu war a mën a tabax teaching hospital boo xam ne dafa nekk 1,500 bed capacity. This will be among the biggest in the sub-region. Now the police band is giving us live entertainment there while the president is greeting senior government officials. The Minister of Health is around with senior staff of the Ministry of Health, the Minister of Tourism, the Minister of Agriculture. We have seen high dignitaries here also who are here to grace this occasion. This project is financed by the World Bank in partnership with the government of the Gambia. And it will go a long way towards transforming the health sector. For the first time, Gambia is registering a hugely significant boost in the history of its health interventions. The Gambia, in less than 2 days, on Saturday, inshallah, will be heading to the polls, where the incumbent President Adam Barrow will be demanding the mandate of the Gambian people for a second term. This is among the other projects that His Excellency President Adam Barrow's government is currently implementing in the country. So viewers, thank you very much. Now the program begins. Thank you.
Bring out to the president with the national anthem. Please. Al-Nimbara Bake, thank you very much, the cultural troupe on the ground. Jerry Jeff, thank you very much. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we please asking you all to rise To the chants and praises of our dearest motherland in the Gambian national anthem, the arrival of the President of the Republic of the Gambia, His Excellency President Adama Barrow. You can kindly take your seats. Thank you very much. Nimbara Bakajali. I now call on Imam Baba Sise of Farato to please come to the podium to lead us in praise. Ya Imam.
As-salatu ala nabi. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad wa sallim. Allahumma salli wa sallim ala Sayyidina wa nabina wa maulana Muhammad wa sallim tasliman. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. اللهم ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتوب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا. اللهم ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا. اللهم ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا. اللهم صل على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبع بإحسان إلى يوم الدين وسلم تسليما كثيرا.
Allahumma amin, ya Imam. I now call on Reverend Father Matthias to also lead us in praise. Welcome to the podium.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Father, thank you for the life of each and every one of us here. You created us, and you have given us a brand new day. Thank you for the life of our son, Adama Barrow, whom you have given us as our leader. Thank you for the initiatives and the project he has implemented. Continue to offer him your protection and also give your protection to each and every one of us here. We are in need of your help, so give us peace. Give us also a peaceful election. Help us to choose according to your will, and may your glory not depart from this country. Father, may we rise from glory to glory. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Thank you very much, Ya Imam. Thank you very much, Reverend Father Matthias George, for leading his praise. In this beautiful country, may the Creator of all mankind, the more Almighty Allah, the Lord, answer to our praise. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, a visionary leader and a man of peace, Africa's new type of man, Excellency President Adama Barrow, my President. Your Excellency, the Vice President, Dr. Aissatou Touré, with his total involvement and dedication in the health sector, seeing the brighter future to come, the Honorable Minister of Health, the man of the moment, and the Surgeon par excellence, Dr. Ahmadou Lamin Samate and Dr. Lekusi Besby. Can you please give him a loud applause, please? All the honorable ministers present here, National Assembly members here present also, members of the diplomatic and the international community, the governor of West Coast region and the Alcalolus of Farato, the health fraternity. If permitted, I would like to acknowledge the presence of the chairman and CEO of Maui's Farm, Mr. Sal Jallo from Scotland, UK, members of the media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's a big warm welcome to this historical occasion. It is with a great feeling of honor and a deep sense of responsibility that I stand here today, this afternoon, to serve as your master of ceremony for this momentous occasion. This is a great day and an important movement in the history of our country. Mr. Ahmad Ba, Honorable Ahmad Ba, the smiling coast of Africa. It is a day of joy and a day of celebration. Yes, indeed, it is a day for us to celebrate the making of history in the health sector of the Gambia. For the first time ever, we are about to witness the laying of a foundation stone for not only an ordinary hospital, but for the construction of an ultra-modern medical facility that will be first, one of a kind, ready, well-equipped, and to provide special service to the people of this beloved country, Mama Land, the Gambia. This state-of-the-art complex is the largest ever single construction in the health sector in the Gambia, financed by the World Bank, and are so proud to say, high up there, and a contribution from the government of the Republic of the Gambia. Your Excellency, a big congratulations on behalf of all true and proud Gambians. We thank you, Mr. President, for such a laudable accomplishment in a short time as the President of the beautiful country of ours. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, today's event is coming at a very important time, a time where the world is facing a pandemic. And the answer is to be prepared, to prevent, defect, and to respond to future public health emergencies. A dream come true. That dream is born here today in Farato. I'm happy and excited to learn that these facilities, when completed, will house various departments of specialized fields that will enhance and advance the access to modern healthcare in the Gambia. Your Excellency, President Adama Barrow, we want to say a very big thank you for your dedication to serving these beautiful people of Gambia with love and passion. I want to take this opportunity once again to congratulate you, Mr. President, for this significant achievement and for all the other notable achievements you have been able to realize during your first time in office. A round of applause, thundering storm for the true son of the soil, President Adama Barrow. Mr. President, we welcome you and everyone present here today into the National Emergency Treatment Center, history going down in the books. Long live His Excellency President Adama Barrow. Long live our beloved homeland, Gambia, the smiling coast of Africa, the Gambia under your stewardship. I thank you all for listening, and I'm appealing to you all, ladies and gentlemen, can you please clap for me? Thank you very much. To kickstart this historical event, there is a saying in Wolof, Fonkal ma jigéen, more umba, more boot, more nampal, more roganti, more bege jigéeni Gambia kontaan na si yéen jërëjëf. I'm now calling the Alkali of Farato for welcome remarks. Aji Fati Sow, you are invited to the podium. Sometimes say Axel.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Your Excellency, President Adama Barrow, mbe kontonna, anila cabinet ministerial be, na mbe Vice President o kontonna, Dr. Aissatou Touré. Mbe ufangola minister kontonna, menketa local government ministry, Alaji Musa Dram. Nimboda woto be Amadou Lamine Sawate mi yan ko bimbala bemolte adala ministre mi marta jata kendeya. Nimboda woto be na gofano ba kontonna Lamine Sane yan ko atelem gofano Esco Sriyor. Mbala deputy kontonna min keta Musa B Susodi Bena sefo kontonna e wala lo touré mi yalo kadel ko mo sawla sefo birkama ere kansula kiyaman ba sirifo son ko ba kontonna ba nimba tawoto na wot kansulo bi jam modu bojang sanya wot la kansulo ba kontonna. Your Excellency, akatanye kontaan bati bi, akatanye nganya bati bi, akatanye alakentu bati bi, na wato Farato, kanani lopitan kuma balo Farato kono jang, bi hani demandi ya moli ala na sewon. Bari ngalo ne alabe o kelanye le katu nye kanu ngani wala nye kanu ni wala ngalo ne fonsa kuso de jami mu nyontago. Your Excellency, dunia kono femman kumaya kufulati min keta jada kendeya anin londo bari ngamira hani londo fango ni ba nyini la ni jato man kende eta nyini lo woto kontanta bake ila Farato nala bi anila cabinet ministral nge be kalamuta nge suute bar tayboti jente be kilin kumandira bari momo bi jang aninna alkalol minu yalo ko Kombo South alkalol aninna West Coast alkalol minu be jambe be konto namba fole bismillah Farato sade ko na MPP la chairman o Farato e ngan Sumana Dabo anala committee be konto na Your Excellency mol minu yem bambandi Farato nie kiliro ke minu kan support iba albe yam fala la nge konton nde be konton nano bari se demanding konton salon ko tay mole man so bari hakilo be kan Farato yay kompinol be to yala nye be la konton diro dung kadi kamara bulo ko do asa janjanye yay kompinol nimbota je Lamin Jaite mi yalon ko kuwa ku sotoda ka moto fandi isan sola le tep aya fanya alkalo albita dawo da mansula budurola Lamin Jaite bi jande mba konton ngalon ko na regional chairman of an MPP Lamin Jata mfango dingol mba konton na bake ani mfango dingol min yalon ko be bengoto jambi wi yal ko AMRC musollem yemuta bati ibi jambe konton Your Excellency bi ninse kuma do fono min manke a barkatin sa fole karte ku bole nati nye Farato nyinne ya tinna ala e sangonam banko ka nyinne ya tinna ala be tundi la jam fara ando inshallah ni ala sonta sanji lulu nala wonte sanji tan ibe o kala nyi palaso ndenna kontondiro jindila mfogo dinkebi jang nkanunte min kata amad jitade mi yal ko surati la ben dala aben tete la ben mako be mol be konton na Your Excellency mba fole ya barka bake mi yal ko ye nyin lobitan kumma mi yal ko nyongota Gambia kono jang ya nati Farato le ya nati Kombo South le ya nati West Coast le bar ngamre ya nati Gambia bele bari ba fula lopitano be mintole abe Farato wodonte contante bake na wato kono fennata jam president Barrow minnati mi yal kay mol be content Your Excellency ba fale ye konto na ni la delegation o be minister ni director ni permanent secretary be ba fala be ala barka bake Allah na
Al-Nimbara Bake, Al-Nimbara. Thank you very much. Thank you. Al-Nimbara Bake. Al-Nimbara. We're walking on timeline. Thank you very much. Thank you. Al-Nimbara Bake. Thank you very much. ñu ne bés du tuuti borom laa tollol dokkale leen ko ci bés bi andam li we now calling Governor Lamin Sane, a force within the region, to come over to the podium to deliver his statement. Governor Sane, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Thank you, Chairperson of the occasion, my own friend, Artist William. Your Excellency, President of the Republic of the Gambia, President Adam Barrow, Vice President Dr. Asadu Toure, Deputy Secretary General, representing the Secretary General, Head of Civil Service, Honorable Ministers of Health, Dr. Ahmad Lamid Samate, and his cabinet colleagues here present. Permanent secretaries who are our ministerial technicians, Regional Director of Health Services, Western 2 Region, Honorable National Assembly members, the Technical Advisory Committee members of West Coast Region, Chairman Brigadier Council, local government chiefs here present, the venerable religious leaders, the media fraternity, invited guests, ward and lady councillors, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols duly observed. Good afternoon to all of you. I would like to begin today by expressing my very warm and deep gratitude to the Honorable Minister of Health and His Excellency, President of the Republic of the Gambia, Mr. Adam Barrow. I am deeply touched and honored to be here today for the official laying of the foundation stone for the construction of a multifaceted emergency medical center in West Coast Region, which marks a significant step forward in the development of not only Farato village, but the region and the country at large. The region seeks to provide the highest possible standard medical care to the people it serves, and this project equally aims to support and improve health systems to effectively manage COVID-19 and other health conditions. I believe health is one of the most important sectors in any government's priority standing, as good health is central to human happiness and well-being that contributes significantly to prosperity and wealth, and even economic progress, as healthy populations are more productive, efficient, and live longer as human beings. Mr. Chairman, I am sure that an excellent health emergency center will be built and put into operation here in a short period of time. If completed, the National Emergency Medical Center will house the state-of-the-art facilities comprising of the following: 1, an intensive care unit, that is the ICU, a general ward, public health laboratory, a blood transfusion center, a conference hall, and a host of other components. Ladies and gentlemen, this project will have a potential positive impact, including both temporary and long-term employment for Gambians, and even beyond. The project will improve infrastructure for health service delivery, as it eases the pressure and congestion in the already existing health facilities, like the Brikama District Hospital and even Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital in Banjul. Importantly also, it will improve community cohesiveness, since the community is involved in every stage of the development process. This has clearly shown the government's resolve in improving the lives and livelihoods of the Gambians by creating the requisite avenue and services that will have positive impacts on its citizens. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot conclude without thanking the Honorable Minister of Health for deeming it fit to build this magnificent facility in Farato, which is in West Coast Region, of course, with the approval of His Excellency's government, President Adam Barrow. I thank the World Bank for supporting the Gambia government in its response to improve the health care services of this country. Above all, I thank the President of the Republic of the Gambia, His Excellency Mr. Adam Barrow, for his leadership in transforming the well-being of the Gambian people. He has the country at heart, and without doubt, he will do more of these things in the next years to come. I use this opportunity to thank the alcalos and community of Farato for the support rendered in acquisition of this site for the construction of this magnificent health facility. I want to rest assured you, Mr. President, that I will be monitoring the construction process from the beginning to the end of this project. Finally, I wish good health to all of you. I wish you not to get sick, but if you do so, know that just in a short while, you will have the opportunity to be provided with high quality of medical services. The country's health sector is moving towards the right direction in line with international best practices. Having said that, Mr. Chairman, I thank you all for your kind attention. Thank you very much.
With the belief that the more we share, the more we grow in 2022 and beyond. I guess you've seen the advert on television that His Excellency the President, the health sector is a priority. And I'm sure the saying goes in wall of Molo Dole, we can move it into the coming new year. I'll now call on a pride of a nation, a seasoned consultant specialized in his own area, who has craved his name or signatures into so many structures within Greater Banjul. No one other than Mr. Roddy Cole of the GAP Consultant. Mr. Cole, to the stadium, please.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, Mr. Adama Barrow, Your Excellency, the Vice President, Cabinet Ministers, Permanent Secretaries, and Heads of Departments, distinguished guests, all other protocols properly and respectfully observed. I am Dr. Roddy Cole, and I work for GAP Consultants. The project to construct the Emergency Treatment Center has been quite a while in the making. Fortunately, thankfully, today's auspicious occasion marks the end of the pre-contract phase. The pre-contract phase includes the site surveys, building design, and the bidding process. It also marks the commencement of the post-contract phase, which includes supervision of the works and the defects and maintenance period. My remit today, as representative of GAP, Consultants for the Emergency Treatment Center, is to provide you all with a context for the design and construction of this major health facility. To that end, I will endeavor to summarize key aspects of the design and procurement stage, which is now completed, and also sketch out some of the activities that will be happening over the next few months. Early in 2020, the Ministry of Health, supported by the World Bank, launched a comprehensive procurement process to identify suitably qualified, preferably local consultants of adequate capacity to implement the ETC project. I am very pleased to inform you all that GAP Consultants was selected and commissioned to undertake the assignment. Once GAP came on board, we conducted some numerous technical surveys around this Farato site. This included the geotechnical investigation, which was done by GAMEX, another local firm, which was to ascertain the bearing capacity of the soil, which will allow us proper design of the foundations and the structural frame. We also looked at the quality and reliability of water supply, of electricity supply. We assessed the traffic patterns and the access conditions and various other surveys to give us ground level information. In parallel with that, the Ministry of Health provided various briefing on what their spatial requirements were in terms of the type of facilities they wanted to be accommodated, the sizes of these facilities, etc., etc. At the end of these two processes, the information was brought together and sent to IDOM. IDOM is the international firm based in Spain that's responsible for the design of this facility. So essentially, they had to put together both strands of information and come up with a design that we could look at. We then went through a process of evaluating the various submissions that IDOM made. The Ministry of Health put together an evaluation team that comprised members of the Ministry of Health, as well as Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure, which is the technical arm of government, the project consultants, and various others. So these panels would sit together and thoroughly scrutinize whatever IDOM had submitted to us. The thorough scrutiny was required because we wanted the design to be responsive to our own local conditions in Gambia, in terms of the culture that we have, in terms of the climatic conditions here, in terms of the technology that we're at, and various other factors. So this formed a very important component of the whole design process. The results, I can let you know, is that we have a comprehensive design that utilizes building orientation, shading of windows, insulation of the roof, extensive soft landscaping to ensure optimal thermal comfort within the buildings. In other words, even if there's no air conditioning, we expect the design of the structures, with the building of the structures will be such that people will feel comfortable within the building. The building also makes extensive use of passive solar systems, very much in line with the global consensus achieved in the recent COP26 summit. So Gambia will not be left behind in this endeavor. Just to say a few things about the outputs of the design process, the facility has a gross floor area of about 1,100 square meters. Essentially, it comprises 4 zones, 4 main zones, and about 11 buildings. The governor has mentioned some of them. But essentially, we have an observation zone, which has 4 buildings, 3 wards, and an entrance reception area. We also have an intensive care zone, which comprises 2 wards and also a reception entrance area. In addition to those, which will provide most of the medical services, we have a public health facility and a blood transfusion center, in addition to a diagnostic imaging center. I believe I'm not a medical expert, but these facilities, I think, will fill a large gap in the current delivery of medical services in the Gambia, especially the diagnostic imaging center. I think some of us had problems getting CT scans, X-rays, and that sort of thing, and had to run around various facilities. Hopefully, with the completion of this construction, that will be a thing of the past. In addition to those 3 zones, we have a training and conference facility, plus a general services and engineering facility and a mortuary. Mr. President, the layout of the development on the site has been very carefully thought out, and there is clear separation between private and public zones. I think some of our current hospitals suffer from that, some of the health centers. There's people that are wandering into areas that are meant to be for patients and are meant to be quiet for medical care. This facility clearly separates, clearly demarcates public and private zones. There's an external wall all around the site within which all of the buildings are located. This includes the blood transfusion, the diagnostic imaging, and the public health lab. These are buildings that the public will need some access to in terms of giving blood or testing the blood, et cetera, et cetera. So these are what you might call semi-private areas. In addition to those, we have the private zone, which houses the intensive care and the observation wards. These have an inner wall. In addition to the external perimeter fence, there's an inner fence which isolates this area so that the access of the public is restricted and the area becomes quiet, adequate for delivery of health services. In addition to those, the campus will have adequate space for vehicle parking. I think the RVHD, Edward Francis Small Hospital, suffers from that. This facility provides adequate parking, both for staff and for visitors. There are extensively landscaped areas, green areas, and we also have solar panels to provide renewable energy located at the car parks. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, you will agree with me that the edifice we observe today, we have images over on the left-hand side, is well worth the level of detail that was injected into and the time taken up by the whole design process, which lasted for well over 6 months. But that is just the design. That is the first stage. Designs on paper, however elegant they appear, have to be translated to real structures on the ground. For that purpose, we went through an extensive and comprehensive bidding process, and the winning bidder turned out to be Shapurji Palonji Mid-East LLC. This contractor is not familiar to Gambia. They worked on the National Assembly building. They are currently working on the university UTG building in Faraba Banta. And I think they've done some other civil works as well with NAWEC and others. So this is a firm that is well aware of how things work in the Gambia. I congratulate them on submitting a winning bid, a very effective bid, and I also appreciate their willingness to assist the Minister of Health put this activity together. We anticipate that construction work will start in earnest in January of next year. That is in about 4 to 5 weeks. On the side of GAP, to make sure that we come up with an output, actual buildings that reflect the quality of the design, we have put together a very, very professional team for effective supervision of the work. This includes a resident engineer who has very extensive local as well as international experience. It also includes clerk of works that is very well familiar with medical facilities. In addition to these two key personnel, they will be backed up by leading professionals in the construction industry for such services as quantity surveying, structural design, electrical design, etc., etc. On behalf of GAP consultants, and indeed of all firms within the Gambia's construction industry, I wish to appreciate the government of the Gambia and His Excellency for availing these opportunities to both consultants and contractors. I especially want to congratulate the Ministries of Health and the Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure. The Ministry of Health, in my view, has single-handedly, virtually single-handedly, been able to keep local consultants and contractors busy over the last 2 years or so. And I'm sure my colleagues will join me in praying that this momentum continues well into the future, even after my own retirement, which is going to be very soon. Congratulations, Minister Amadou Samate, Permanent Secretaries Jaite and Damfa, Project Coordinator Mamjai, and your very able team that you have at the PCU. This project has gone very smoothly, largely due to the professionalism of the personnel at the Ministries of Health. The Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure, of course, is the host ministry to the construction sector. Under strong leadership, we as private consultants have observed great stride in building the capacity of the Ministry of Works. And we now see that a young crop of engineers and architects are being nurtured to assume responsibilities for designing and building local infrastructure to international standards. Therefore, I also congratulate Minister Bailamin Job, PS Motsise, and Director Matsise, and the rest of the technical team at the Ministry of Works. Your Excellencies, Cabinet Ministers, Permanent Secretaries, distinguished guests, I think my 10 minutes has elapsed, and with those few words, I thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Dr. Roddy Cole. With those descriptions going places in this medical facility already in the making, with the official opening today of the construction of the National Emergency Treatment Center, Farato. We say a very big thank you, taking the lead to see a successful venture on completion of the state of the art. I now call on Mr. Bedi to give a statement. They are the construction company of farm Sapoji. Anywhere you may be, Mr. Bedi, you're welcome to the podium, sir.
His Excellency, the Honorable President of the Republic of the Gambia, Mr. Adama Barrow, Excellency, Vice President, Dr. Toure, Honorable Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmadul Amin Samate, and other present ministers, members of the National Assembly, government officials, members of the diplomatic community, members of the PCU, chief alcalos, venerable religious leaders, representatives of the consultant and financing institutes, distinguished guests, my colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols duly observed. It is indeed a delight and great honor to stand before this august gathering as a representative of the contractor, Shapoorji Pallonji, for this noble healthcare project and address you all on this momentous occasion of the foundation stone laying ceremony for the construction of the National Emergency Treatment Center here at Farato. I would like to seize this opportunity to express heartfelt commendation to His Excellency, the President, Honorable Minister of Health, and the Government of the Gambia for the confidence and trust reposed in Shapoorji Pallonji to undertake the construction of this noble edifice, the Emergency Treatment Center. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, Shapoorji Pallonji is a globally renowned leader and pace setter in the realms of general infrastructure construction, installation and management, ranging from civil construction works such as hospitals, recreational facilities, hospitality projects, university, IT parks, conference center, high-rise building, roads, bridges, railways, airports, seaports, etc., and many more with a legacy and reputation of over 156 years. Our expertise and experience in the domain of infrastructure is second to none, and our presence in well-established throughout West Africa, notably in the Republic of the Gambia, Ghana, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Ivory Coast, Niger, Gabon, Nigeria, and so on. Shapoorji Pallonji is a technology, engineering, construction services conglomerate headquartered in India with a global operation and a turnover of over $7 billion. Shapoorji Pallonji has been able to replicate the success story in West Africa and has already executed projects across the continent. Shapoorji Pallonji in 2006 arrived to serve the West African region and explore the possibilities in other regions of Africa. As end-to-end construction solution company, Shapoorji Pallonji has a strong presence in West Africa, having completed landmark projects such as the Lekki Hospital in Nigeria, Referral Hospital in Algeria, Maternity Hospital in Algeria, construction of Dangote Cement Plant in Nigeria, Seaport Extension in Liberia, EPC contract for mining infrastructure works in Guinea-Conakry, International Conference Center in Niamey, Niger, design and build for the seat and government presidency Flagstaff House in Ghana, which is also known amongst the top 10 presidential palaces in the world. We are presently working on railway projects in Ghana, construction of 4 district hospitals in Ghana, new faculty campus for Kumasi Technical University in Ghana, and construction and rehabilitation of 25 health centers in Cote d'Ivoire. Shapoorji Pallonji started its operations in Gambia in 2010 and since then completed the construction of national edifice, the National Assembly Building in Banjul, Nawak Water Project, which was the replacement of asbestos pipes with UPVC pipes, and also the construction of the Management, Science and Technology University, the University of Gambia, Faraba Banta. This noble healthcare project for the construction of the Emergency Treatment Center, funded by the World Bank, will have the various facilities, including the 20-bed intensive care unit, 84-bed emergency observation and treatment center, the public health laboratory and training center, the blood transfusion center, conference center to hold 94 people, plus utility buildings required for effective functioning of the facilities. The gross floor area to be constructed is approximately 10,000 square meters, inclusive of building for wards, entrances, laboratories, conferences, and meeting and engineering services, plus associated civil works, including access road, fencing, waste and stormwater drainage, hard and soft landscaping, and so on. The structures to be constructed include single and two-storied building with reinforcement concrete frames, block work panels, metal and concrete roofs. The fittings and finishes include ceilings, doors, windows, tiling, rendering, painting, and so on. The project involves installation of services including mechanical and electrical engineering systems, heating, ventilation, air conditioning system, supply and distribution of medical gases, etc. Constructed building will be fully serviced, including electricity supply, both passive and active, backup systems, including solar systems and generator sets, electrical and medical installations, IT, water supply, backup system and installation, etc. Ladies and gentlemen, as part of our mandate for this contract, my company will work to empower Gambian youth by employing a lot of skilled people such as masons, carpenters, welders, drivers, mechanics, electricians, plumbers, administrative staffs, technicians throughout the phases of this project, right from the inception to the completion. We will also ensure proper technology transfer to Gambian maintenance team to make them sufficiently equipped for undertaking the maintenance and repair works that may be required periodically. We continue to leverage our culture of innovation, our deep engineering expertise, and our state-of-art health, safety, and environment process to help make everyday life better. We look forward to work with the government of the Gambia for its upcoming opportunities in the field of mega construction project, which shall place Gambia as one of the fastest developing countries in West Africa. We thank to have granted us this opportunity, and we feel privileged to be part of this development in this country. With this assurance, we at Shapoorji Pallonji endeavor to provide all possible assistance and support for the development of Gambia and its people. Thank you all for your attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bedi, for that rundown. Listening attentively, I thought that he was talking about a paradise on earth, not a state-of-the-art health facility on other level into 2022, of course, and beyond in the health sector. Once again, thank you very much, Mr. President. As I said earlier on, with his total involvement and the dedication in the health sector, seeing the brighter future to come, I now invite that phase when you talk about COVID-19, going places from Banjul to Koina to rescue an entire nation from this pandemic. I call on the Honorable Minister of Health, calling him the man of the moment and the surgeon par excellence, Dr. Ahmadu Lamin Samate, to the podium, sir.
His Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, Mr. Adama Barrow, Her Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of the Gambia, Dr. Aissatou Touré, fellow cabinet ministers here present, members of the National Assembly here present, members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, the World Bank Country Director, Dr. Samuel Lente Mills, who probably is watching on Skype, the Governor, West Coast Region, the Alcalde of Farato, the Imam of Farato, the villagers of Farato, IDOM International Consultants, GAP Consultants, representatives of UN bodies, the permanent secretaries and deputy permanent secretaries here present, directors and various program managers of the Ministry of Health, members of the press, members of the Ministry of Health, the contractors, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to extend a very warm welcome to all of you present here today on behalf of the Ministry of Health. I would like to express my gratitude to our esteemed partners who are here to grace this important event as we lay the foundation stone for the construction of a National Emergency Treatment Center. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, today is a remarkable day in the history of the health sector and the Gambia at large. We are here to lay the foundation stone for the construction of a National Emergency Treatment Center that will be done in a few minutes by His Excellency, the President of the Republic. I have the strong belief that this treatment center will stand the test of time and serve the demand of the health sector in response to the growing need for emergency response and strengthening of the health systems. The emergence of COVID-19 has exposed the weaknesses of the global public health system, including emergency response capabilities for emerging infectious diseases and the formulation of emergency policies. In the Gambia, the first case of COVID-19 was reported on the 16th March 2020. Since then, over 9,000 positive cases and well over 300 mortalities have been reported. Although the majority of cases detected were amongst the travelers and their contacts, local cases without clear epidemiological link to the confirmed case have been reported. The goal of constructing this treatment center is for the prevention, control, and treatment of infectious diseases, and also to minimize the risk of exposure to other patients and healthcare workers in other health facilities. Ladies and gentlemen, it could be recalled that the COVID-19 has put an immense pressure on the health infrastructure to the extent that some private properties had to be rented to manage the situation during the peak of the pandemic. In the same vein, COVID-19 has put a lot of pressure on the use of routine medical equipment and supplies to the extent of competing with basic health services to the population. These and many other related issues have resulted to a big economic loss for the country. The health sector has spent over $1 billion in the response to the COVID-19 pandemic. In this regard, the National Emergency Treatment Center will help not only the health sector, but the entire government from the economic drain that might result to lack of facilities for responding to outbreaks. At this juncture, distinguished guests, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, let me take this opportunity to thank the World Bank for taking the commitment to fund this very important development. The project will cost $22,760,785.9 United States dollars, with the government of the Gambia contributing $2 million. The center will comprise of various components, as will be alluded to by His Excellency in his speech. The conference center that's going to be part of this center is going to be able to accommodate 94 people, and this is a very good development in the sense that the Ministry of Health wouldn't need to be hiring conference centers when we hold conferences, both local and international. I want to use this opportunity to thank the World Bank Country Director to the Gambia, the Regional Director in Senegal, and the Health Task Team Leader for their individual commitment to get us to where we are today. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this project goes to demonstrate the government's commitment to the provision of standard health care for all in line with the National Development Plan. Your Excellency, your government strategy of health infrastructure development, capacity building and strengthening, and the provision of medical equipment and consumables have already started yielding very positive results. The dramatic reduction in maternal mortality is a classical example of this. The Gambia has eliminated trachoma, which is a blinding disease, and has been eliminated as a public health problem. The Gambia is at the pre-elimination stage for malaria, one of the very few countries that has reached that stage in the sub-region. The successful COVID-19 response is another example. These are all laudable successes of Your Excellency's administration. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we certainly identify with this project in the sense that this project is going to be a game changer when it comes to the delivery of quality services to the people of this country. We have used the COVID-19 pandemic, the resources obtained from this pandemic, to strengthen the health sector of this country, and this has been applauded by partners in this country, development partners, and other partners in other countries. Each time we met them, they appreciated the steps we have taken as a country to develop the health sector in this country. Your Excellency, at this juncture, I wouldn't want to take much of your time, but we want to thank you very much for making infrastructural development of this country a priority, more so for the health sector. We want to thank the speakers before us, the consultant, for enumerating some of the construction work we've been doing as a ministry. But Mr. Cole, I think it's actually His Excellency and the Finance Minister we should be thanking a lot more. His Excellency for his vision, for his support, for his commitment, for his ideas, and the Finance Minister for all the calls he's been getting from me to fund these projects. So I've been shuttling between the two offices, the Office of the President and that of the Finance Minister, to ensure that we get the health infrastructure that we need in this country. I was told recently, the Finance Minister in a meeting, a similar meeting last week, commented that the Health Minister is going too fast, please. So that means he has seen what the Ministry of Health is doing. But I think this is important for us to get healthcare to the doorsteps of the people. And the confidence we have gotten from both the local partners and the donor partners. That is why we are able to carry out projects of this nature. The donors have seen that His Excellency's government is committed to the development of this country, and there's accountability and efficiency. Without these factors, certainly donors wouldn't come, they wouldn't commit such funds to anybody anywhere in the world. And our local partners, the Ministry of Finance, the Minister and his entire staff, members of staff, certainly they've been very, very supportive because they've realized that the funds they've been committing to the development of the health sector have been put to very good use. Once again, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for giving us this opportunity to address this gathering. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Samate. The Minister of Finance talking to the Minister of Health that the health sector is going so fast. What I'm hearing is so attractive and convincing. At this age, I just want to change my profession to medicine. Dr. Samate, consider me for enrollment 2022 academic year. Congratulations. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Dr. Testa Tourine, who is here today with us. xam naa di ngeen ma jéggal tuuti ma noppal làkki nasaraan ma ngàttal waxtaan bés bi tey lim ëmb ci biir réewi Gambia bu leet laa ko waaye musu fee am te dama dégg ñu ne jëf kenn du ko suul President Adama Barrow ngàcce naa la ma ndokkale ko President Adama Barrow mu ne yéen waa réew mi di Gambia liggéey leen bokk leen ndey bokk leen bàyyi liggéey leen bañ a tay te bañ a bàyyi su ko defee réewi Gambia jëm kanam loolu mooy gënta bés bi tey mu ne wërgu yaram dëkk bu naat mu ne ñu rafetal jikko yi mu ne ñu beesal kene yi mu ne ñu soppante ñu jàppante ngir loolu la Gambia xam ñu nampa benn ween ñu déggoo ci xol déggoo ci jëf déggoo ci kàddu mu déggu ngir si lu ñu gëm mu di country first di Gambia suñu réew di pencum xelalante di pencum xalaat mënuñu takku liggéey réewi Gambia jëm kanam loolu la His Excellency wax te mooy dëgg ñépp a ko wax ñépp na kàddu gi lañu wax te ñu ne saabu du fóot boppam jëf kenn du ko suul December 2021 slow recalling into 2022 lépp lu ñoo eene lépp lu ñoo mébét yal na xéewal di walangaan on the smiling coast of Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, I now call on the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, I now call on a visionary leader who sees tomorrow to come and a man of peace. Girrewi Gambia, jàmm lañu xam, jàmm lañu miin, jàmm lañu ñaan, yal na jàmm yàgg, inshallah Rabbi. I now call on Africa's new type of man, His Excellency, President Adama Barrow, to the podium. Your Excellency, sir.
Your Excellency, the Vice President, Honorable Cabinet Ministers, members of the National Assembly, the Governor, West Coast Region, the Alcalo and Imam of Farato, members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps, the World Bank Country Director and team, other development partners, senior government officials, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is my singular honor and privilege to preside over this historic foundation stone laying ceremony for the construction of a National Emergency Treatment Center. The event is part of the renewed process of revolutionizing the Gambia's healthcare delivery system for better performance. This is the fourth phase of the 1,500-bed hospital. Distinguished personalities, it is essential for us to have a national emergency treatment center that can effectively respond to emerging pandemics such as COVID-19, which continues to put a big strain on all healthcare systems in the world. The situation makes it necessary for every country to have a high-level infectious disease management center. It is common knowledge that the frequency of pandemics is increasing globally and without warning. Health systems the world over are now struggling to cope with the demand for health services. As a matter of fact, health facilities often struggle to provide the rapid emergency care needed to manage pandemics, outbreak of contagious diseases. No wonder COVID-19 has claimed over 1 million lives. The reality is that there is limited capacity worldwide to manage the situation. To address such challenges, we are here today for the construction of a high-quality treatment center with up-to-date equipment to effectively manage patients requiring special attention. I believe strongly that the new center will serve this purpose effectively when completed. I must use this opportunity to therefore call on the private sector and other partners to participate actively in our healthcare delivery system so that together we can stem the wave of suffering linked to ill health. We have the collective task and goal of providing and sustaining quality, efficient, and timely healthcare for all. My government has the will and I have the resolve to work with everyone for the attainment of our development objectives in the best interest of the people. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is certain that the availability of a national emergency treatment center will contribute immensely to improving our healthcare delivery system. We expect that it will reduce morbidity and mortality related to infectious diseases, which means saving human lives. In addition, the center will contribute to reducing the economic burden on the government and the development partners. In this respect, my government eagerly looks forward to the completion of this very important treatment center. We are confident that it will boost the capacity of the health sector for effective response to current and emerging health-related challenges. I assure you all that my government is committed to implementing a lot more projects of this type. In fact, this is one of the 25th health facilities that government is building. We appreciate the support of our partners in this endeavor and will strive to strengthen collaboration and work with all of them for the socio-economic development of our beloved country. I have the conviction that under my leadership and in the not too distant future, the Gambia healthcare system will be second to none in the sub-region. Ladies and gentlemen, my vision is for all Gambians and residents of the Gambia to be among the healthiest in the world. As president, I want every Gambian citizen to live a better life with financial opportunities increased through honest work and good health. Generally, my goal is that Gambian children learn in good schools. Teachers teach in performing schools. Healthcare workers work in excellent facilities. Public servants operate in cordial environment, and all Gambians live in peace and tranquility. In pursuing these ideals, I am pleased to declare that for the first time in the country, the National Health Insurance Bill has been assented to, and registration for the insurance will begin soon. This will make healthcare in the country affordable and accessible to all. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my government is grateful for the support from our development partners and other stakeholders. Their contribution to the health sector is certainly laudable. In this respect, special appreciation and commendation go to the World Bank Group for taking the lead in the funding of this project. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to take this opportunity to express deep appreciation to all those present as we make history today. I urge everyone to stand by my government to move the country's development agenda forward. I am optimistic that 16 months from today, we will meet here again to inaugurate an excellent national emergency treatment center. Until then, let us remain focused and continue working and keeping the peace. To conclude, while I invite you to join me in laying the foundation stone for the center, I thank you all for your commitment and dedication to the development and welfare of our dear nation. May God bless our efforts. I thank you. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Mbe mobe kontonna, mbe mobe jayila fanang, mba fulale ko nyimbankonte ledentala. Andu nyimbanko, ndeda manta doku nona fonnal bele kafa purka nyimbanko doku. Oto mobe kumandila, pour mobe kafunna, nga nyimbanko doku, nyimbanko eta nyato, wairi mandula do soro me manke Gambia. Momel ya lon ko ibe koma, ibe berol faykan, lafta puriye la miral nyani nga niol fali, nga miro men soto, pour que ñu loptaan baalo membe taa fo laaran wule kilin anin keme luulu naatara nga wo ngandiyo soto nga amira ngandiya kendolom pour ñim banko ye ngandiya kendolo membe ñim banko sambala ñaato andun laata ñin na ko nin kafutan sa keno le fanan bari modol ba foganta keno la bari ala yende suturale kabri nata president yala nin ko be kuwo ku kela ika folen da keno la bari ala kam ma ko len ka keno fara woto ala e sutro kenyala sutro kenna man sakundaye ay sutro kenna mole me yalon ko wolle ben ko ma andu ila tan na fanan bari njigitañin na ko lumbe sila mbe ñin loptano be lola nga bang ay ke Gambia be nafati ay Gambia be nafa Gambia yeta ñaato mol saji be ka fo ha nga fola no ikate keno la anda fela akata ko tengi mol meto jannente diamo jam fandila bari mo kilimbe o tentula baake wolon farato la alkaloti mandin kolla forolom iko momo ela nganniyo ala ke jo walla woto farato alkalo ala ela nganniyo jo nyinela ala e farato le nibo ay kombo sawr le nibo ay west coast le nibo jara kende am kukumma balati ni jato man kende ya ete ku kenola bari mbe continuer la le pour que dogo ke nyim banko kan andun de laboro mu menti nde lamoro mu menti wala mo mel yalla ko bero fay ga fulen de nyin kero la wala de lamoro di wala de la nasoti mbal tentula mba jeyla ba fala ko assalamu alaykum.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the historical laying of the foundation stone of the National Treatment Center is now officially declared by the President of the Republic of the Gambia, President Adama Barrow. I'm appealing to all to stand. I'm appealing to all, ladies and gentlemen. Dama buga ñep ñu jog taxaw. Na ñep jog taxaw, ñep góor ak jigéen mag ak ndaw. A thundering loud applause, a standing ovation, a big congratulations to the President of the Republic of the Gambia for this big time historical achievement. Can you put your hands together, please? Thank you very much. You can now take your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, the professional touch. Can we hold on? Can we hold on? Can we hold on? Atenku, atenku. Nimbara, nimbara, nimbara. The cordless microphone, please. The cordless microphone. Ladies and gentlemen, the curtain's about to come down to see the end of this historical event held here today at Farato. I'd like to emphasize the professional touch witnessed here today, the wealth of knowledge and the vast experience put together to make this event a successful one. A big thank you goes to the A-team from the Minister of Health, the medical COVID team on the ground today, the organizing committee. Can you put the hands together for them, please? The support teams, the protocol, the press, the security, the traffic, the Red Cross Society, the cultural troops, and all those present here today. Once again, on behalf of the Minister of Health, we say a very big thank you. Wish you all a safe ride till we meet again for the time of the cutting of the ribbon. Gambia, thank you very much. Till we meet again. Thanks so much. Your Excellency, the Minister of Health, Dr. Samate, it's now time to lead the President to the specific area for the laying of the foundation stone. Thank you.
Yeah, Fine, maa ngi around. Let's go.
Thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen watching QTV. We are witnessing a very historic event. The President of the Republic of the Gambia, Excellency Barrow, is moving to lay the foundation stone for the construction of a national emergency treatment center. For the first time in the history of this country, just heard from His Excellency President Barrow renewing his government's commitment to improving the health sector of the country. And in his speech, he has described this intervention as part of his government's revolutionizing the health sector. And he has also called on the private sector and other partners to develop the health sector. His Excellency President Barrow has also expressed his government's will and commitment to work with everyone for the development objective of this country. The foundation stone laying for the construction of a national emergency treatment center, is hugely significant. According to the President, it will reduce morbidity and mortality thereby. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the government's responses has been allocated huge chunk of the national budget. And we've heard from the Minister of Health, who has disclosed that at least $1 billion has been spent in responding to the COVID-19 pandemic. Developing a national emergency treatment center, according to the President of the Republic, will reduce government's expenses on the current COVID-19 pandemic and better prepare the country for its response in the possibility of another health emergency. President Barrow closed his speech by calling on every Gambian to join him to develop this country, and that his government will soon be implementing a national health emergency which will improve access and affordable healthcare services in this country. And he's also optimistic that in 16 months from today, he will be back to this medical facility for an inauguration. The foundation stone has been laid. Yes. mbokk yi jërë ngeen jëf bu baax a baax a baax. Hence, we are witnessing a very historic moment. His Excellency President Barrow has laid the foundation stone for the construction of a national health emergency treatment center. If anything is to be learned from the COVID-19 pandemic, is better preparation. And in the future, this facility, when completed, will help the country in its response to future health emergencies. There will be observation center when completed. There will be a national, it will also host the National Public Health Laboratory. It will help also host National Blood Transfusion Center. It will also host a conference center and other hugely important facilities in the provision of healthcare services. This facility is not only for the people of this area, for the West Coast region, but it will serve the entire Gambian population for access to quality healthcare service delivery. It is also promised that when completed, highly trained health specialists will be distributed, will be deployed to this area where they will be working to provide people access to quality health care service. This is the first phase of a major project for the construction of a National Health Emergency Treatment Center. The completion of the second phase will see the construction of a facility that has the capacity of up to 1,500 beds. For the first time, such an infrastructure